What's going on, everybody? This is a Growing Up Italian podcast, and today we have a special episode with my guy Anthony Giordano from A&S Pork Store, Merrick. How's it going, buddy?
Good.
Thanks for coming out here.
Awesome.
Spending an hour in traffic to come do this. How's it going, man?
Good. Thank God, always moving.
How's it going in the pork store business?
Good. Non-stop.
I could relate to you in a lot of ways because, working in pork store deli business is a very particular grind.
Correct.
You know, it's not as popular as the pizzeria grind or the diner grind, but like we're very.
I think it has its own.
It's its own thing. It's its own thing. Yeah. You know, like there's a lot of things we go through that a lot of people don't see. Yeah, you know. So me and Ant were just talking for a while, and we were comparing like the different things we do. And the first thing I asked him was like, can you ever get that prosciutto smell off of you?
Never. You go home.
It's like you burn the clothes.
Chicken French cheese and it smells like in your trunk. You know, it's just what it is.
So, man, you're working so hard, bro. You got so many things coming. And, I've been following you very closely. And we've been doing we've been talking about doing a bunch of things together. So I'm glad we finally got to sit down and talk a little bit. It's actually my first time meeting him.
Yeah.
Just goes. He was not concerned at all if I was a serial killer or anything. I was just like, he just came blindly, like, yeah, we'll be all right. Yeah. So, how long have you been in the pork store business?
Doing this so far, 17 years in total.
17 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how old are you when you started? Like 10 years old?
I was a fucking kid. I was making sausage as a kid. I was, cleaning the meat and whatever like that. I started as a butcher, and then, as time went by, we progressed. And, try to get into prepared foods, catering and stuff like that. But
you guys do deliveries from Hamptons?
All over.
To Manhattan?
All over.
Right? That's your slogan, right?
Correct, yeah. But it's great. It's, between networking, whatever, even doing little things like this, you'd be surprised.
Well, everything helps.
Absolutely.
So you've been doing this for 17 years. How old are you when you started?
I was like 6 or 7 with my uncle.
Really?
Yeah.
And you were on the
Oh, they made me do a little stuff at first, and again progressively start this.
Was it like a summer job or?
No, we just had to go to work.
Yeah.
Listen, all I do is I grind.
That builds a lot of character.
Absolutely.
Because I remember me, I started working at 10 because I wanted a cell phone, and I had like a little bullshit flip phone.
Yeah.
So my dad's like, you wanted a phone, you got to work.
Yeah.
And I always worked. And even my friends that I talk to now that we went to elementary school together, we always remember you worked
even me
after school. And I would make $10 a day.
Listen, I know
slave labor.
My God, listen, they used to pay me, But to me, that's what we said. I think it was just always instilled in me, you had to, just go to work and, have that work ethic. And
it paid off.
Absolutely. Well, I'm still doing it. I don't even realize...
Did you ever do anything else?
No, never worked anywhere else. Never worked in a different type of thing. I when I was a kid, I used to do 6 days at the pork store, 1 day construction, just because I wanted to keep busy. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I have OCD. I keep moving.
So you worked construction too?
On the side, I always wanted to learn. Like my friends had companies, so I would help them out. Try to learn this and that, which is great. Which I helped out down the road. Mm-hmm. Even in my store, I did a bunch of stuff by myself.
But you didn't like it as much as.
No, you can't. I think once you're in, you can't leave. I think that's what it is. I think when
it's once they pull me in. So you got a bunch of things coming up, man. I'm so excited to talk about a little more. But so I want to ask you, A&S, right? Mm-hmm. I was always confused because I know there's so many out there. Mm-hmm. So can you explain a little bit the structure of this whole A&S?
Correct. The real story that everyone confuses with is used to be Albanese and Chicatano. That's actually what it.
That's what it stands for.
That's what A&S stands for. So back in the day, it used to be A&S or A.S. So Carlo, passed away. He had the store in Fifth Avenue in Bay Ridge, and then Chicatano continued. He had two daughters. He passed away in 2006. Mm-hmm. We went to the funeral. Mm-hmm. Then again, it just continued. So from there, it used to be he was your partner in the beginning, but now those days are done. Those days we're in a different time now. So, but there was 48 of us. Now we're down to 30 here and there. But it started believe it or not, it started at Avenue X. Then it branched off. Whatever workers were there or family, in that sense.
Yeah, just a bunch came out of nowhere.
Correct. Yeah.
But it's crazy because so many pork stores every year. It's like a novelty.
In that sense,
they're closing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, well, now people, with all these, different things popping up that you could buy, stuff. But again, the real ones, again, like, we're so deep-rooted. Again, that's why even me, I always say I try to, how do you say, modernize things. You know what I mean? Like those bread and mozzarella days, which is, they're good, but it's always good, the prepared foods, eating healthy, things like that. I try to accommodate everybody.
Yeah, that's what you guys are really killing it with nowadays, right?
Catering,
It's funny. I actually just cut my bread order the other day for like the long heroes in the sleeve.
Yeah.
We used to get like, I remember back in the day, we used to get.
No more.
Nobody eats bread anymore. Yeah, exactly.
Just,
but like we sell a lot of heroes and stuff for that.
Yeah.
But like the long breads, we used to sell like 50 a day, and then the weekends like 100.
Yeah.
For like $1.59, large heroes. Now we're down to like 20.
It's just
because nobody comes and buys bread.
That's why I said the modernizing and whatever, you have to go with the time. I always said this. I always said McDonald's. They never made salads or coffee, whatever. Now they do all this stuff because they realize that's the change of, it's how people shop.
All the keto Guidos out there.
It's just fun. It's nuts, which is retarded.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so you guys really like kill with the prepared foods. But you also sell raw food, like raw meats
steaks,
too.
We dry age our own steaks, porterhouse, ribeyes, the whole nine, we do that in that sense, barbecue packages, etc.
Listen, if you don't know the difference between a key food or like market steak compared to you guys,
correct,
it's a big difference,
absolutely. Listen, even, prime versus choice versus select or whatever, when you really sit down, people who know steak, they appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like there's a huge difference. Like our steaks, you don't even need a knife. You know what I mean? At the end, it's so tender. It breaks down all the fibers of the meat. So when you grill it, once you introduce it to the grill, it's like, dude.
Yeah, it's
just awesome. When you do it the right way, it's awesome.
Yeah, I really appreciate the art, and like I said, I've been like watching you closely, and it's I don't look at like there's so many different like sandwich shops out there, stuff like that, and I never really look at anyone that's competition. Like someone open right across the street from me, I'm like, all right, that's competition. But
you guys kill it though. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you guys kill it too. So, but what I'm saying is there's enough room for everybody.
Correct,
you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like a lot of people, I've realized like I'll like talk to them and they'll like kind of take my ideas or do something. Like I've actually been like kind of like a step behind you lately. Even like last I saw you're good. No, you're good. So like I saw I was talking to that girl Marissa from Long Island, Marissa Lucchese, and like I really was like talking about doing a podcast, and then that day you posted her, I was like, oh shit, I hope it doesn't look like I'm.
No. But she's awesome.
She's really good. Yeah. But she was telling me you named the sandwich after her.
Yeah, I mean we try to come up with things here and there. Who comes by, like whatever, celebrity, large or small. Come up with something nice.
You guys do deliveries too, like through Grubhub and Seamless?
Grubhub, Seamless, Uber Eats, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And again, that's
where's the majority of the business? Like in deliveries, you think?
The majority, walk-ins, catering the weekends. Listen, every weekend we have something where we have grill masters too. We'll go out, we'll set everything up, grill for the customers. It depends. I mean, obviously holidays we kill it. I do a crazy amount of packages, like prepared Christmas dinners.
Oh, and you ship it and stuff too?
Well, we ship
catering deliveries.
Catering, yeah. I mean, I ship. Florida's a big thing. Chicago, I do a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Gift baskets. We do about like 50 gift baskets to Florida every Christmas.
What do you guys put in the gift baskets?
Like we'll like even in the menu, I have things set up where you can get just let's just like chocolates, let's say, or cheeses and meats, like charcuterie stuff or whatever. So it depends on what the customer wants.
Antipasto, right? We're talking about this.
Everything. I mean, that. Everything. I mean, listen, some people call they want that.
As long as you pay, you can call whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
I was saying this last week. I was saying like that has to stop. The Trustery boards, nah.
Sometimes after I mean, it's a pain, but you got to see the holiday times. Like that became a thing now. Like all these old world things, modernized people, they love. So you try to incorporate it.
Yeah, I know exactly what. So. As far as like you delivering all this stuff from Manhattan to Hamptons, you gotta have like a crazy amount of delivery guys to do this, right?
Yeah, 4 delivery guys, rotation all the time and stuff. Now with the fish market open up, I'm gonna try to utilize them both stores. So at least if nothing's going on at a certain hour, I could alternate the guys or whatever in that sense. But that's the thing now. A lot of people, everything's a click.
Yeah, I know. You got to at least charge them a fee to deliver.
Sometimes. I mean, believe it or not, I got more people when I didn't put a fee or whatever, but the percentage that they do, but it's give and take. It depends. I mean,
depends on the order.
Correct. Yeah.
But like just gas and payroll alone,
I mean,
you lose a guy for 2 hours. You know what I mean?
When you add it up sometimes, but you get repeat. I always say this. I never say no. Like the word no doesn't exist in my store. So for one sandwich, you believe it or not, you get someone. They try something, they like it, they come back, they buy a filet mignon, they buy, all the prepared foods. So sometimes for a loaf of bread and a pound of ham, I'll deliver it. To me, I don't care.
Yeah?
I don't care. I never say no.
Yeah, you're good, man.
I never say no.
Don't ask us for this. We'll say no.
My guys are like, I'm like, just take it. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it'll be like far too, no problem.
It depends. I mean, again, you got 4 guys. You might as well just, to me, I never say no. It doesn't matter what it is. And plus, even on the spot, if we don't have something, I make it on the spot for them and stuff like that. I think that little attention to detail to the customer.
Customer service.
They realize that's my number one thing. I mean, that's my first rule is, we never say no, and if we don't have it, I'll do it for you. I think that's the best relationship you can have with your with your customers.
So you're very hands-on in the business.
Absolutely, 7 days a week.
You work 7 days a week.
7 days a week. Besides going on vacation here and there for the weekends with my girlfriend.
10 hours a day.
More sometimes not. It depends what's going on. Like even now, I'm running around with the sauce. So that's an everyday, that's an everyday thing. But
those are both things we're getting into. But yeah, man, you're working on a bunch of projects. Yeah. So you mentioned the fish market. Mm-hmm. When do you plan on opening that?
Hopefully October. Like we're doing. It took 2 years between the permits and stuff. My town is it's insane. But we do something, then you wait 3 weeks for an approval. You do electric, and then they have to do electric inspection, etc. But hopefully in October. Like right now, we're doing the crown moldings, paint, and stuff. So
the last details.
Yeah. All the equipment.
Is it close to the current location?
2 storefronts down.
That's
so
perfect.
Same shopping center. So it's nice. Yeah, you can get whatever you need. Antipasto, stuff like that at A&S, and then you can walk over and get your seafood platters.
No, man, you guys are like building a monopoly right there.
Trying, yeah, definitely.
Now back to the sauce. Mm-hmm. We got a little friend of ours, Vinny Pastori. I'm sure you guys seen him.
He'll be here.
we got him coming up. But, so I don't know if you don't know the name, but he was on Sopranos. Mm-hmm. Tony's right hand man, Big Pussy, right?
Yep.
He's also been doing a bunch of stuff with I just saw him in the Wu-Tang thing.
Yeah, he's always doing.
He's always doing something.
He's a very active guy. Plus, he's in Broadway. He does a ton of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I didn't even know. I found out afterwards. From hanging out, every week.
He's very talented.
The guy never stops. The guy really never stops. I got to give him credit. But great guy.
I see you've been running around a lot with him.
Great guy.
So that alone is it's a job.
It's a handful. So now it's to set up routes and accounts and stuff like that.
You got a manager in your store, or you just do everything?
I have 2 guys that work like yin and yang. Side by side, which is great. It's one of my good friends I know forever, and one of my cousin's friends. That's he's been working in the store. It's just we make it work like a family. Like the way I work is very family.
Me too. Very similar to that.
I think it's better to have that relationship than.
It's hard to work with friends sometimes, though, right?
To a degree, but then you set the line. You know what I mean? You set the standard of what you expect and how you want to work. I think that's the best approach. But I work with everyone. Listen, I'm very lenient.
Yeah, man. I give you a lot of credit because you run your own social media. Manage your stores.
Mm-hmm. I'm like a trifecta from what I heard. You can't.
You do it all, man.
You can't stop me. But again, you keep your eye on your focus. Mm-hmm. You just keep that standard. That's the whole thing.
How did this sauce account come about? Yeah, how did Vinny find you, or did you find him?
Basically, we have mutual friends that we know through family, and I had someone approach me. My other business partner in this. It's the only partner that I have within the sauce. But the idea was proposed, and I said, I'll reach out. I reached out through friends that are actors and in acting and stuff. They were in movies and whatnot. They were in the Gotti movie, Bronx Deli. I know a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. And we linked up and we proposed the idea because the movie's coming out. The Many Saints of Newark or whatever is coming out. And
is he in that?
No, he's not in that. No,
he's not in that.
He's not in that. No. But someone portrays him in the movie, which is cool. But again,
someone does this?
Yeah. It's him as a kid. They go back in time.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But we saw some stuff. Actually, it looks awesome. It looks like a sick movie. Not nothing.
Yeah, you saw a little piece of
some
it.
Some previews here and there. So it got whatever got passed through emails and stuff. But it looks not for nothing. It looks awesome. It actually looks pretty sick. They go back in time in the 40s and put everything together. How the Sopranos even happened.
I hope it's done well because
Well,
it's hard to follow up.
How do you,
how do you follow up the greatest TV show ever,
But should be cool.
That's awesome. So, so you're doing the sauce, the pork store, and the fish market. So, you're literally killing it, man.
Every year is another...
Every year you open another business, you were telling me.
Thus far, it's been like that, which is nuts. Which is good and bad. It's good in a sense where, you keep moving, but it gets crazy. Like, I'm at a point where it's just like, well, shit. Like, this is how this is
What
going.
do I do now? Yeah.
No, in a good way. In a good way, though. But I always say, if you take on more than you can chew or whatever, you evolve. You know what I mean? It's all about good energy and evolving. So. No,
I agree. Someone told me, like, some great advice is just all about the structure, like
100%.
Having somebody do this, somebody do that.
Just systematic, you know what I mean? Very systematic in that sense, but you have to be at that point.
Even me, like, I have difficulty, like, trying to have everything I'm doing, like, kind of go on its own. You know what I mean? Like, you still need to be the main, like, focal point of it, and what you say goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in that sense, I know you have to.
But, like, you definitely need the horses to be in the race to keep you going.
100%. I always say, listen, if you have good motivation and you're behind what you do and you're passionate, I think what other way to be successful? I think that's or at least my approach to things. That's my approach.
What do you got? What do you think you'll be in like the next 5 years?
Oof, who knows? Every year.
5 more stores?
No, I think. Listen, after this, I'm good. Between all this stuff,
you're more than good.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. But it's fun. Listen, I roll with things. I think that's again, whatever energy you put out is what you got. And you just keep doing the flow. That's why I just say I keep on my flow 7 days a week. Blah blah blah, just banging out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for coming out, bro.
Absolutely.
This kid's gonna be back real soon. We have another podcast coming.
No, it's awesome.
Thanks for coming out. Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for tuning in.